Well, it's a little bit of a chilly Tuesday. At least it was when we got up and we're heading to work this morning.
Still kind of chilly. I think 50 degrees?
Yeah, that's sweater weather.
It is.
Well, let's get right over to Nicole Hernandez. She is telling us more about this forecast and is joining us this morning in for meteorologist Thomas Patrick. So, Nicole, it's going to warm up here today, right?
It will, but there's no question
goodness.
it's sweater weather right now, Tim. We're all in long sleeves.
That's
you
right.
can't question that. I mean, granted, Tim has to wear a suit, I guess.
I guess. I don't have to.
That's true. Okay, well, we'll actually talk weather. This is my favorite part of the morning. Look at that sunrise starting to peek over the hills there. It's actually about 32 minutes away from sunrise still, but we're starting to see the beginnings of it coming. We're still cold though. I mean, my version of cold. It's 50 degrees outside. Earlier, about an hour ago, we were at 52. So like I mentioned, we are going to continue dropping until that sun is able to come up and start warming us up. We'll see if we reach the 40s today. Yesterday, we did reach 49 degrees. We're supposed to reach it today as well. So we'll see as that continues throughout the morning. Right now across the region though, Wenatchee's at 58 degrees. Moses Lake is at 53. 50 degrees here in Spokane, 52 in Coeur d'Alene, and 54 in Sandpoint. Now for this morning, we are tracking a red flag warning that's going to hit later today. It's going to be from noon to 7 in the Okanagan Valley today. That little pink on that map there, that's where that red flag warning is going to be in effect. That's because we have dry conditions and windy conditions for your day. I'll talk those winds a little bit later, but for now, let's talk how sunny and beautiful today is going to be besides those winds. You can just see sunshine and more sunshine in the forecast, which is going to warm us up nicely, like Channing mentioned. If it is sweater weather this morning, you're going to want to ditch the sweater later because we're going to be in the low 70s for a high across the area.
This morning, we have an update on the ongoing construction on Riverside Avenue that's taking place in downtown Spokane. Now, the city of Spokane says that this construction is currently in phase 2 of 3. They expect phase 2 to wrap up at the end of this month. The project is expected to be finished later this fall. However, business owners along Riverside say that the construction is making it difficult for customers to reach them.
A lot that, hey, we want to get down there, but we can't figure out how to get there. Or I've had people say we want to bring our mom in for dinner, but we can't park and walk that far.
In June, crews started working to add a new bike lane from Division to Wall and to cut the travel lanes. Crews will then work on restripping the lanes from Wall to Monroe to accommodate the new traffic configuration. Now, of course, we know there is a lot of road construction going on in our region right now. So for the very latest information, you can text the word roads to our number 509-448-2000, and we'll send you a link to our online coverage of all of the projects in progress.
The problem with this ordinance is that it's anti-homeless. You're directly pointing this at the homeless.
This morning, people sleeping in tents in certain parts of downtown Spokane and along the Spokane River can now be cited for illegal camping.
Last night, Spokane City Council members voted to update the city's illegal camping ordinance. So here's what's changing. It is now illegal for someone to camp on any public property. It's also illegal to camp under or within 50 feet of a railroad viaduct in downtown police boundaries. And people cannot camp within 3 blocks of a congregate homeless shelter, even if there's no shelter beds available. The ordinance also makes camping along the banks of the Spokane River and Latah Creek illegal only when shelter space is available.
If there's things we can do to keep the entire community safe, I'm going to support that, and we have got to do a better job.
Now, people cited for illegal camping will face a misdemeanor and will be required to show up to community court. If they don't, a warrant will then be issued for their arrest. Now, this update is to bring the ordinance more in line to the Martin versus Boise ruling. In 2019, the court ruled that enforcement of anti-camping ordinances are unconstitutional when there is no shelter space.
Taking a look at the current status of the new Trent homeless shelter, our newsroom did speak with the city of Spokane, and they tell us the Trent shelter had 98 people. Of those 98 people, 35 are from the encampment on I-90. Also, at last night's Spokane City Council meeting, they voted in favor of an emergency ordinance. It lowers the city's threshold for activating safe air centers during unhealthy air quality days. Now, for a shelter to open, there needs to be an AQI of 150, which is in the unhealthy range. Previously, it was an AQI of 250, which is very unhealthy. The new emergency ordinance allows the city to open the safe air centers, getting people out of the smoke faster.
It's 6:06, time for your morning rush. More news in less time. A man was killed after being trapped under a truck last night. Police received a call around 8:30 last night that a man was trapped underneath the truck near Medelia and Main Avenue. When officers arrived, they found that a jack used to prop the truck up had failed. Now, police do not believe that foul play was involved. Now, this is, of course, a developing investigation and will continue gathering more information and bring you the latest. We have an update this morning on the serious crash that injured 2 teens on Elk Chattaroy Road last week. We just learned that one of those teenagers, the female passenger, has died. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the Riverside High School students were not wearing seatbelts at the time. The other teen, the driver, is in stable condition. The driver of the other car was not seriously hurt. However, this crash is still under investigation. Well, a woman arrested in connection to a deadly stabbing in Spokane made her first court appearance yesterday afternoon. Spokane police say they arrested 30-year-old Ashley Garrity for second-degree murder. Now, this stabbing happened inside an apartment on 1st Avenue and Division Street last week. Court documents state the victim got into an argument with Garrity, and then Garrity stabbed them, and that victim later died. Police say that Garrity has 6 prior felony convictions. And that's a look at your morning rush. Well, if you plan on traveling through SeaTac Airport anytime soon, be prepared for some incredibly long lines.
Yeah, for the past few days, passengers have had to endure long lines to get through security checkpoints. The wait times approached nearly an hour yesterday morning, and over the weekend, the line even stretched into the parking lot. The airport is calling the surge in passengers very unusual. Still, the situation is frustrating for travelers.
Chaotic, very unorganized. They need to get it together and pretty fast.
In New York, it's a little smoother. This is the first time that I see something like this. First time.
Well, the Port of Seattle says these crowds are some of the largest they've seen during the pandemic. The airport blames several factors, including a large number of passengers who were dropped off by cruise ships.
Well, striking timber workers plan to picket outside of Seattle-based timber company Weyerhaeuser headquarters today. This strike is impacting operations at 4 plants in Washington and Oregon. Timber workers say that they want better pay and better health care benefits. Weyerhaeuser workers have been negotiating with the company since April, but this is the first time that they've gone on strike since 1986.